Welcome to the first art lesson on how to draw your rabbit. So first, I want to let you know, thank you for joining me, Miss Rachel, in Rachel's Whimsical Arts for your online art classes with me and Kids Art for Spring. This should be a lot of fun. I'll see you on our Zoom meetings as well, because you've registered for this class. So the first step that I do before I get going on my rabbit, which will look something like this when it is painted, but before I get to the painting, I've got to draw my rabbit. So you'll get a piece of paper about this size, and the first thing, do you see how I have marks here and here? I took my finger, and I'll show you on the other piece of paper. I took my finger, and your finger might be smaller than mine, but I wanted it to be as long as my finger. Now, if I look at my ruler, my finger here is about 3 inches. So you could take your hand and go like this, and the tip of your finger might end right there. This is our guide for where the shoulders go. So I take my finger and I go like this, and I put a line there, and then I put a line there. And I flip my paper over for the lines to go, where is the head gonna start? Start at the top of the head. This is longer. Looking at my ruler, my handy-dandy ruler, it is 4 inches. The bottom is 3 inches. So if your finger stopped here at the last one, you want to go up a little bit farther. Okay. And I put the marks on both sides. So I'll show you on the blank piece of paper. This is the drawing portion. It'll take a little longer. Okay, so here's my mark here and my mark here, because I want the majority of the paper in the middle to be the head. Okay, so this line right here, when I take my finger and I run it across, or if you have a ruler, you can use a ruler, this is the middle top of the head. Right there. And if I take my finger and I run it across these 2 lines right here, or if I have a ruler, I go like this. That will be the top of the shoulders. Okay, so this is just for me to get an idea of how big the head will be. Okay, so before I draw the head shape, we're going to go, this is the bottom part of my picture where the shoulders go. This is the middle of my paper. I bet you know how to get the middle, but I'm going to show you. You can take your paper, this is up and down is vertical, and you can gently roll it over in half and go like that. There is your middle line. You don't need to draw it. There's your middle line of your paper. So right here is my nose. So I'm just going to put a dot there. And after I do the dot, I'm going to draw a big circle. It's actually like an oval shape. I'm drawing it pretty dark. You don't need to draw it that dark. You can draw it lighter. I just want to make sure that you see it. Now, from this dot that I drew right here up, that is the nose right there. And then I draw a line going straight down. See? And I go like, this is where I would use my eraser. This is my, so I draw that line. And here is their mouth. And then I can erase that oval that I drew before. Okay? So now that you've drawn the nose and the mouth with the little happy mouth part, you're going to draw another oval shape that's long, kind of like an egg, all the way around. And I'm drawing lightly. I don't want you to draw too heavy, so you can erase it later. And then I'm going to draw another round shape. Do you see this shape is kind of like an oval, but it's wider instead of narrower. And look how close it is to this side. I'm making sure that those two lines are closer together than these. These are farther apart and these are closer apart. Okay, you guys got this. We're gonna have fun. Okay, so if you need to pause the video, you can. After I do this part, I'm gonna go up here and draw the top of my head like that. So now I have the top of the head here and I have my nose area. Now the sides of my head are gonna go down. I'm gonna go down like this. So first I draw this shape. It's kind of curved. If you need to turn your paper, you can turn your paper and see it from a different way if that's easier for you. This kind of looks like, if you look at it this way, it's gonna look like a C. All right, so then I draw this curve here. And now let's look at it from the side view. It looks kind of like a C shape, a really big C shape, doesn't it? Okay, so now I've got the top part of my rabbit head. Now I'm gonna do the puffy cheeks. So the cheek on the left is gonna go out. See, it's a bump. This is a little bump, it's shallow, and this is a big bump. And I stop it below the nose area. I don't touch it yet, okay? If you want to, you can go all the way up though. If that makes more sense to you, you can go right there. So I got these two bumps. Now from this side of this bump, I'm gonna make a big cheek bump down here. So I'm gonna go out and in. We have a rabbit head, almost. We're missing a couple parts. Eyes and ears, right? Okay, so here's one eye. Do you see this little bump line right here? Make a line going in from that corner. Then you make an oval button shape for the eye. And you're gonna do the same thing on this side. A line in, and then an oval shape, like that. Okay. We're almost there for the ears. But before we get to the ears, we want to do two things. One, we want to go up here, and do you see how the top of the head is right here? We want to draw a line underneath it, a parallel line. Parallel lines are two lines. Here, I'm going to show you. Two lines side by side, never touching. And they're following each other though. See? Parallel lines. So we're going to do parallel line from the forehead, the top of the head, down here. And look, it doesn't go all the way across. It just goes a little bit. And then we're going to make this line go up. Boop. And this line is going to go up. Now, this corner of this line at the top of the head will go all the way down here in a big round shape. Okay, you ready? There it goes. And then the other side from this corner right here is going to go all the way down here. A big curve. Oh my gosh, we're almost ready for the ears. Ready for the ears? So, here's this point right here. Pretend there's a triangle. This is the other side. I'm not going to draw it though. And this is the top part of my ear. And then the other side of this, so I go the same distance on this side as I was on that side. I'm just going to go over here, and then I'm going to turn my paper because it's easier. And then I'm going to go up and get to that point. Same thing on this side. I'm going to go up. Oops, I went too narrow. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to go up here to a point, and then I'm going to go from here on the other side of this line up there. I have ears. Oh, we still need shoulders, don't we? Let's look at our other rabbit that I did with some paint. So you need the shoulders there and there. So go back down here where those lines are by the cheeks and go. It's also a curve, like a little soft slide or a little soft hill for his shoulders or her shoulders, the rabbit's shoulders. There they go. Now, before we're done, do you see how I have on the finished rabbit, I have little lines that look like fur? Guess how I do that? Do you have an idea? I'm going to use a marker to draw those fur lines before I paint it. I'm going to show you that part next. Okay? All right. So I've got my markers. I still have my pencil. You know why? Because this is going to help me. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw lines that are about 1 inch apart, or maybe 2 of your fingers together, across the ears. Now I can erase these later. They do not have to stay. These lines are just for me as a guide. I'm going to draw lines in the middle of the forehead, going this way, see? And then do you see how this line goes angled? I'm going to draw 2 lines at the top and 2 lines at the top of that. Cheeks, I'm going to draw what looks like whiskers, but they're not. They are lines to help you do the fur. Now, for the chest and the shoulder areas, I'm going to draw a line like this 3 times. You know what? I take that back. I'm going to do it 4 times. 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now that you've got your lines drawn on your rabbit, that looks kind of funny now. It's okay, don't worry. It won't stay this way. Then you take your Sharpie or your flare pen and you draw those fur lines. Before I draw the fur lines though, the first 2 things I draw with my big Sharpie is my eye. 1, I'm filling them in. 2, and my nose. It's not going to be filled in though. I'm going to paint it later. So I am just drawing the nose and the tiny little mouth because it will be painted later. Okay, so now with my small flare pen, I'm going to take the lines and draw them. Oh, I almost forgot something with the eyes. If you want to, you don't have to. It's totally up to you. I like it. I put some eyelashes around my eyes of my rabbit. See? So here's how I would do it if you want eyelashes. That's how I did my eyelashes, see? And I did it with the big Sharpie because the big Sharpie will show better than the small flare pen. There. Okay, now the small flare pen. Okay, ignore these lines. You're gonna erase all of these lines on the inside of the face that are pencil right now. Pretend that they will erase later because they will. First, I'm gonna take my flare pen and I'm gonna draw straight lines like rays of a sun all the way around my mouth of my rabbit. Then I'm going to draw lines going this way around the outside ring of my rabbit's cheeks, well, his mouth and chin. Notice how I'm drawing these lines on the inside of the 2 circles that I drew. Okay? Then I'm going to go over here and do the same thing. Lines, because these lines that I'm drawing will be the fur on my rabbit. And I'm drawing them not touching each other, but side by side, up and down, in between the pencil lines. Kind of makes it look like a ladder. And later, you're going to erase the pencil marks. Okay? We're almost there. So you finish your lines going all over the face like this on the cheeks. Doot, 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 doot. And then guess what? You do the same thing inside the forehead and the bridge of the nose. All the way down. Okay? All right, I think you can do the rest of the face now that you've seen how to do that. You're gonna do the same thing down here with the fur on the shoulders. See, I'm doing tiny little pieces of fur that you may not see all of underneath the chin. Yeah. And then I'm doing longer fur that you would see on the chest area, maybe in the tops of the shoulders. And you're going to do it there and there and there. You're also going to do the ears. The ears are kind of fun though. So here's how I do the ears. I go all the way over. And I keep doing this. You can take your time. I'm going faster, but you don't need to go as fast as me. You can always pause the video, guys. Okay? Here's how I do the top of the ears though. This is the fun part. Haha. So I take the ear and I do that. You're going to do that on both ears. And then guess what? You're going to erase the pencil marks with your eraser. Okay? After you erase all the pencil marks with your eraser, you will be ready to paint. And that's the next video that I show you of how to paint your rabbits. So we're going to finish our lines. We're going to paint our rabbits, and you can choose whatever colors you want with your watercolors for the painting portion of your rabbits. Cool. It's going to look fun, guys. I hope we all have fun with our rabbits. And you enjoy the drawing part. The drawing is probably just going to be one day for you to draw, and maybe another day we'll do the painting, just like we would together if I saw you in person. We would draw one day and then we'd paint the next day. What do you think? You think you can do this? I know you can do this. And if you want help, we'll talk about it and do it together in the Zoom meeting video together. The Zoom meeting. Okay, so I finished my lines. You will finish yours. Then you're going to take your eraser and you're going to slowly and carefully erase the whole page. Yep, all of it. Maybe you need help with your folks to erase it, or just you erase as best as you can and say, hey, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever's with you, can you just look and see if I got all of my pencil marks erased? And they can just check it and go, yep, or no, let me help you with this part. Or maybe they have some tips. Families and parents and adults usually have tricks of the trade of how to erase things or how to fix things. They might have an idea. But I think you can erase it. We have all used our erasers before. I just erased half of the rabbit. I need to erase the other half. So here, can you tell which side I erased and which side I didn't? I can, yeah. So I need to keep erasing. So then after you erase everything, you're gonna start painting. That'll be the second video of this project. Okay, thanks everybody. I'm so glad that you're here with me and you're gonna play with art and enjoy making some spring rabbits with me. And I hope you have a great day. Be kind, let's shine. And you have a wonderful day, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.